Before we dive into today's episode, if you're a coach who wants a simple roadmap to turn your coaching vision into a life-first business, make sure you grab a copy of my free Spacious Business Blueprint. It's a one-page planning tool, plus a short training that walks you through the 7 core foundations that create steady client flow. So if things have been feeling scattered or heavier than you know they should, this is going to help you step back, look at the big picture, and see exactly what needs your focus right now. The link to grab your copy is in the show notes. All right, let's get into today's episode.
The thing that's going to make your marketing work in your coaching business, the most important thing is your offer, the thing that you're selling, the thing that's going to get your clients the result they're looking for. And without that offer being strong and solid, your content isn't going to do what you want it to do for you because the content leads into that offer. So today we're going to be diving into how to create that offer and how to build it into your content system so that it works for you and leads to interest in your offer and clients. So let's dive into that one today. Welcome to the Life First Coaching Business Podcast, where ambitious, purpose-led coaches trade hustle and burnout for simplicity, freedom, and clients who light them up. I'm Leonie, ex-architect and business owner turned business coach. If you're craving a business that feels spacious, joyful, and actually fun, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll be diving into the strategies, the systems, and the mindset you need to make your coaching business work for you. So let's dive in. Hello, welcome to today's episode. This is part 4 in the series about building a calm content engine to fuel your client attraction in your coaching business. This is all about your offer and how it ties everything together, because the content you're building needs somewhere to land. And if your offer is unclear, your content is working hard with nowhere for it to go. And this is one of the reasons that you can feel stuck in your marketing as a coach if you're putting in all the effort to show up, get visible, attracting the right people. But if your offer isn't compelling and clear enough, then the content isn't your problem. The amount you're showing up isn't the problem. It's because the offer underneath the marketing hasn't been shaped in a way that's clear enough or compelling enough yet. But when your offer is clear, your content can lead into it. It also helps inform what your content needs to do and say. Then using that offer, that solution that you've got to help people achieve their goals or achieve the transformation or overcome the struggle that they're experiencing, your content positions that as their ideal solution, as a new opportunity, as something that they might not have considered before, and they need to see it as the solution to their problem. And that's where your offer comes into that content. It's your approach, your method, how you help people with the thing you help them with. So you want to be thinking about where you're bringing that into your content. So you're calling in that correct person, that ideal client you've established through doing your niche positioning work. You are speaking to the problems and the desires that they're experiencing in their language, using the phrases they use through the messaging work. The next stage is to look at your approach, your method, and your offer, and how you're positioning that as the solution to their problem, and doing that in your content in a way that makes them think, oh, I'm interested. I want to know more. This sounds like it could be something that I need, and therefore want to book a call with you, have a conversation with you, and become a client. So what does your offer need to do? Now, a strong offer is not just about the thing you do, the modalities that you use in your coaching. It's about how those things help someone achieve a specific transformation. So you don't want to just be describing your offer as the features that are included in it. You get these sessions and you get this support and you get these resources, but you want to show them how that offer is all put together to get them the result, to guide them to that outcome on the other side. So it needs to answer 3 things clearly: specifically who it's for, what changes for them, what the real transformation for them is when they work with you in your offer, and why it works. But what you want to do is explain that clearly and simply, not giving them a scientific breakdown of why something works or a 20-step plan. You want to be able to explain it in a really clear and simple way that it makes them feel relieved, excited, and not overwhelmed and thinking, oh my goodness, this sounds really complicated. You want them to walk away thinking, wow, this sounds doable, this sounds achievable, this sounds like the thing I've been missing in what I've already been trying to solve my problem. So when those three things are clear, your content can then start to direct people into your offer by explaining those things simply and clearly and guiding them into wanting to know more about those things. So ask yourself this question: could someone look at your offer, read about your offer, and immediately think, yep, that's exactly what I need? Or is it maybe overcomplicated? Is it too focused on the features and what they get rather than how they achieve a transformation? And then you want to be thinking, okay, how can my content then be positioning my offer and my method as a pathway for my ideal person? What do they need to know about my offer and about my approach to see it as the solution for them and see it as the answer they've been looking for? Not by convincing them, but by showing them. So this is the education bit. And you might have been thinking about educating your client and adding value through your content. But really, this is how you want to do that in a strategic way, is thinking, what do they need to know about what you do, how you do it, what it looks like inside your offer to see it as their solution. And that's the value that you're providing, is helping them see, there's an answer to my problem, rather than giving them random tips or random bits of information that they can go away and use themselves. And they might think, that was really nice. I got that piece of information from that coach and it's been really helpful. But actually thinking, oh, wow, I can see there's a solution to this real struggle that I'm living with at the moment and I want to solve. And here's the solution. And here's the way I could do that I maybe haven't heard of before, I didn't know about before. I was believing something about it that's wrong. So you really want to get into the mind of your ideal client and think, what are the myths they're believing about their problem? What don't they understand yet about your solution? And that's what you want to be bringing into your content when you're thinking about the value. And it all helps you then position your offer as the solution to their problem, because you're shifting their mindset around how to solve their problem. And then you're saying, that's exactly what we do inside my coaching program or inside my coaching container. So think of it in that way. Your content is showing them that pathway and bringing someone to the door ready for your offer, warming them up, helping them see why it's an ideal solution for them. And then the last thing you want to think about when it comes to leading people into your offer from your content is having a clear invitation, a clear, calm next step, so that it's easy for them to take that next step. You've done all this work to attract them in, build trust and connection, show them your solution, help them see how they can solve their problem. And if you don't have a clear call to action, you're just leaving them hanging. So whether it's to book a discovery call with you, DM you, take a look at your offer page on your website, whatever it is, give them a clear call to action for the next step. You also want to think of that like an offer, particularly if it's a free discovery call. Don't just assume, because it's free, I don't need to position this in the same way I would with any other offer. So if you're saying book a discovery call, give them some detail of the value they're going to get from that call. Make sure it's clear that you're going to be talking to them about what working with you is like, but also that they'll get some clarity on that call. They'll walk away with something specific. So make that invitation enticing. Make sure that next step is clear and compelling as well. And include that in your content. So it's leading people to somewhere specific and it's giving them that clear next step. So if we're looking at this idea of having some long form pieces of content that drive your content engine, you could look at it that your short form content on your social media drives them to the longer form content, which they could also be searching and discovering. And in that long form piece of content, there's a clear call to action at the end, or maybe in a couple of spots through that long form piece of content so that they know how to take the next step. So to summarize, you want to make sure you've got real clarity on your offer before you start thinking about your content, thinking about what pieces of content you might create for your calm content engine, and making sure that it's linked to that niching and that messaging work. And then you want to get clear on the things that your ideal client would need to know to see this offer as their solution. So that's really key when it comes to creating good content. And give those clear calls to action so it's easy for the people who are interested to take that next step. So if you haven't already listened to the first 3 episodes in this series, make sure you go back. The first one explains what the Calm content engine is all about. Then I talked about how niche positioning is the first step, and then messaging, and now offer creation. Next week, I'll be talking to you about how to choose the topics for your content engine pieces. So that'll be an interesting and exciting one that pulls all of this together and helps you see how you could build that in your coaching business and how it can work for you as a really sustainable and time-leveraged asset for you to attract, nurture, and sign clients into your coaching business. So make sure you tune in for that one. I hope this short episode has given you a few aha moments that you can take away and start implementing or thinking about in your business, or just auditing your strategy and seeing where there might be some gaps. As always, if you want to work through your strategy with me one-to-one, then make sure you take a look at my business strategy deep dives. That's where we can work together through a 90-minute session to deep dive on your strategy. And then I create a 90-day plan for you. So you're not circling, second-guessing yourself, or pouring all your energy into deciding what action to take. And instead, you have clarity on what action to take so you can focus your energy on actually taking the action. So if that sounds like what you need, I'll include the link in the show notes to that as well. And as always, thank you for tuning in. If you know another coach who would find this helpful, please send it to them. Thanks for listening to the end, and I'll catch you again next week. Take care. This episode was brought to you by the Life First Coaching Business Playbook, the program for coaches who are ready to turn their coaching expertise into a business that actually works. Inside, you're not just learning what to do, you're building your business with all the tools, templates, and steps you need to implement with ease. Plus, you get ongoing support from me so you never get stuck on a decision or lose momentum along the way and can keep moving forward. You'll refine your niche and message, you'll create a compelling signature offer, and put a simple marketing system in place so you can attract clients consistently. So if you're ready to build a business that feels simple, spacious, and actually good to run, you can find the link to all the details in the show notes.